Hello everyone, this is Ishani and you're watching Ishani Side Up. So last week when I uploaded a few of my videos, I had received a lot of likes, a lot of interest, and people were actually interested and liked the content that I had posted. So after all of that, other than the likes and the interest, I had also received a lot of queries. Yes, so on my Instagram account and in the comment section of my YouTube channel, there had been a lot of requests by the people to make a video about the study plan and the statement of purpose. So as the title of my video suggests, I'm here to talk about how to write an SOP and a study plan for the GKS program. So unlike many requests, I'm not exactly going to read out my study plan or my statement of purpose line by line, because of course that will not be helpful. Every study plan or essay or statement of purpose is according to the lifestyle a person has lived, according to the experiences that a person has gained. So instead of copying others and directly reading their statement of purpose, I think it would be very much better if you just take on the hints and structure your own essay or the study plan. So I will be making this video to give a hint or a basic idea about the pointers that you can use or refer to for writing a proper statement of purpose and a study plan. So I will be giving out my pointers. So disclaimer, this is what I had used and this had helped me to get the Global Coding Scholarship. So it cannot be the same for everybody. I'm not saying you to just copy everything that I am speaking about, to do not take all the ideas that I am stating. Rather than take it as an example, think about how you can modify it according to your own lifestyle, according to your own experiences, and the kind of content that you want to put on and present for the Global Coding Scholarship. So let's get started. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to talk about the statement of purpose. So SOP is basically an essay where you write about all the kind of experiences that you have gained in this life, all the things that you have tried, your extracurricular activities, what you have studied, what you want to study, your motivation, your plans for the future, your personality, just everything about yourself. So you basically have to promote yourself via your statement of purpose, and you have to prove why you are the right candidate for this scholarship. Now, statement of purpose is very different from a resume. So you do not just have to write about the kind of studies that you have done, about your bachelor's, about your major, about the projects that you have worked on, because that will basically be same like a resume. What will be the difference? So I want you guys to make it a little different from your resume. Rather than it being monotonous, I would suggest you to write it in the form of a story of your life, a story about yourself, who you are as a person, and what are the skills that you have which you think would help you to get this scholarship. You have to present yourself as the right candidate who is deserving and worthy of this scholarship. So write it in such a way so that the person who is reading your statement of purpose or study plan is not bored and is quite interested and want to keep on reading forward. So here you have to talk about, you can begin by speaking about your life, about the kind of upbringing that you have had, about the days of your school when you were a kid, what you had learned from your parents, what life lessons you had learned, what all the motivations you have received. Then you can move on and write about your studies in the school, about the kind of thing that you had studied, what is the thing that intrigued you, what was the thing that made you interested, that helped to propel you or your dreams. You can write about that. For example, in my school, I had a science background because my father was also in this background, so he was one of my motivations to pursue that. That is why I had chosen PCM, which was physics, chemistry and mathematics. So that was the beginning of my journey. Then later on you can talk about when you went to the university, what was the motivation at that time for choosing that particular study for your bachelor's degree. You can write about what all you have learned during your bachelor's, what were the subjects that you had pursued, what were the projects that you had worked on during your bachelor's degree, what did they teach you. Then you can move on and write about the extracurricular activities which you had pursued during your bachelor's degree or even during your school life. So I do not want you to just write that you had worked on this project, you had worked for this NGO or anything like that. Of course, you have to mention that, but you also have to mention what exactly is the skill or the talent that you had gained through that activity. What is the thing that helped you to develop yourself? What did you learn from it? And how it can be something which can be relevant to your major. You have to show that the major that you are going to pursue right now, you are still well equipped with the kind of talents or the kind of skills that this major particularly requires. So if you have worked on anything similar or anything relevant to that, even if it's not relevant, how you have to think how you can try to make it relevant to this major. So write it in that way. Okay, now you can also talk about the job if you have had any work experience, about what roles you had been working on, about what kind of clients you have handled, about what positions you have worked on, what all you have learned from that role, and how do you think that makes you the right candidate to take on more stress, more pressure related to your major, and how will that help you to be the perfect one for your major. So you can write it in such a way so that it speaks about all the experiences that you have acquired in these times have helped to develop you this kind of resume or this kind of person who is the perfect candidate for that particular major in that particular university. Now, this is all about the school life, your childhood days, your university. Now, you can also talk about the main motivation about choosing this particular field of study for your master's degree. If it is different from your bachelor's degree, you have to write about what made you think about choosing your majors. If it is similar, then you have to write about why do you think that you want a master's degree when you already have a bachelor's degree, and what else do you want to pursue, about your aim, about all the ambitions that you have, about what you are dreaming for yourself. You can write about that. Now, after that, you have to write about why you have chosen South Korea. Why South Korea and not any other country in the world? Because the major that you want to pursue is available in literally any country, especially in your own country. So you have to write about the reason why you want to choose South Korea. And I would suggest you to not write about K-pop or K-drama or any other such topics, because they have heard a lot of similar answers. So I don't think the board would like those kind of superficial answers. Rather, you should talk about South Korea as a country. Then you can talk about the future of your major in South Korea, about how South Korea is perfect for your major. And then what else do you think you can pursue in South Korea for your particular major, which is not possible in any other country. So you can write about that. You can talk about South Korea's economic growth. You can talk about the development in South Korea, about the use of technology in South Korea, and everything which you think can make South Korea look really good and perfect for your major. After that, you have to write about why GKS, because there are also many other scholarship opportunities which other programs are offering. So why do you think GKS is the best for you? What you are gaining from GKS? What does GKS and this opportunity exactly mean to you? How it will be very helpful for you, for your dreams? Then you have to write about why GKS, because you might get any other scholarship opportunities that other programs are offering you. So you have to write about what GKS means to you, how this is the perfect program for the dream that you have seen for yourself. How is this the perfect program for the kind of life that you want to live? So you have to write about the reasons why you think GKS is right, and what you can pursue, the special things that you can pursue via GKS, which is not possible by any other scholarship. So you have to write about that. Then you can also write about what is the future that you have seen for yourself. What is the kind of job that you want to work on in the future, or the thing that you want to do, and how it can be helpful both for your country and for South Korea. Because of course you have to speak about your country as a whole, because you cannot totally neglect your country. You are going over there via your country because your government allow you to do this. So you have to talk about both South Korea and your own country. You can talk about how you can improve the relations between South Korea and your country, because that will really help to highlight your whole statement of purpose. So try to talk about that. And then in general, write a nice conclusion, how just the way you put an end to a story. So rather than making it very monotonous, you can write about in total and at the end about what do you think about the scholarship as a whole, about South Korea as a whole, and how all of this experience will be meaningful to you, can be a whole meaningful experience to you. So write it up like that. And I think these are the main pointers which you can think about, take a hint from, and structure your own statement of purpose. This was basically what I have written, like the gist or the outline of the statement of purpose that I have written. So if you want, you can take help from it. And if you feel like this is important, you're welcome. Now we are going to move to the study plan. So for the study plan, you can divide it in two parts, about what you have been doing before you go to South Korea and what you will be doing after you go to South Korea. So for the first part, before going to the South Korea, you can write about how you have been working to improve your Korean language skills, because Korean language is one of the major part of this whole scholarship. So if you already have a topic level 5 or 6, then you do not exactly have to go and attend the Korean language classes. But if you do not have it, then you have to attend the Korean language institutes. So learning Korean is an important factor. So you can write about how you have been working to improve your Korean language skills, about what sources you are using to learn Korean, and what else are you trying to learn before you start your major. Like if you are doing any online course to get any certain certificate which you think can be helpful after you join your major, you can write everything about that. So that is basically the first part of the study plan. Now for the second part of the study plan. So over here, you have to talk about how you're going to divide your time between your studies and your life. So when you reach South Korea, you'll have to be enrolled in a language school. So you can write about how you're going to learn the language after you reach the country, how you're going to learn it in the class, and how you are going to practically train yourself, about what kind of activities that you think you will be doing which can help you to improve your Korean language skills. For example, I had written something in the lines of that I would love to explore the country and travel to different regions where I get to communicate with the local people, so that I can improve my Korean language skills. Rather than learning it theoretically, I will be doing it practically, and it will help me to learn the Korean in the way that locals usually speak, which can help me to make more fluent. So you can write something like that. Moreover, for the study plan, you do not exactly have to write only about all the projects that you will be working on. So after you graduate from the language school, you will be going to the main university for your master's degree. So over there, when you start your master's degree, you have to write about what are the subjects that you think you will be choosing, what are the projects that you think you will be doing, what kind of activities or workshops you will be joining, which you think can help you to improve your skills and prepare you for the future in South Korea. So you can also write about the kind of projects that you are working and how will that project be very much relevant to your major. What are the problems that you are aiming to solve via your project? How will that project be helpful to South Korea or your country? What will be the future of that project in South Korea? About all the sources that you would be going to refer to, about the people that you will be taking help from, or the places that you will be taking inspiration for your projects. You can write everything about that. You can also write about how you will be networking or gaining more relevant resources and everything like that. So via all of this, you will be writing about the whole of your master's degree, about how you will be spending that time on working, how you will be spending that time by working on yourself, by working on your project, by focusing on your studies, how you are planning to keep up with your grades, because yes, grades are one of the very much important factors here in South Korea and in the education system over here. And then you can talk about, after graduating from the university, what will you exactly be doing? Will you be staying in South Korea, or will you be going back in your own country? And if you're staying in South Korea, then what are you going to do over here? About the kind of job that you would be working on, why do you think that you would like to work in South Korea specifically, about the kind of work or the work environment that you dream of having over here. You can write about that. And after you are done with that, you can talk about the later future. That is, where do you see yourself in the next 5 years? If you are here in South Korea, or if you're in your own country, you have to talk about what position do you think you will be after the next 5 years. What exactly will you be pursuing in your career life? If there was any project that you had worked on, what will be the position of that project? How will it be helpful in the later future? You can talk everything about that. So basically, you have to write it all in such a way, again, which can tie South Korea and your country together. And this will help you to highlight your whole study plan. Because people over here, for example, if you're applying just to the university, then of course you have to work to impress the people in the university and the Korean folks. But if you are going via the embassy of your own country, then you also have to speak about your country. When they look into your study plan, or when they look into your statement of purpose, they will be seeing what you have written about your country, because you're coming to Korea via that position. So do not neglect your country, of course. That is one of the important factors that you have to consider while working for your whole statement of purpose or study plan. Basically, this is all that I think I can let you know, because these are basically the outlines that people should use to structure their own study plan. So I don't think I can speak about any more further details, because that will be very specific to my life. So instead of that, I think it will be very better for you to make it according to your own life and the kind of person that you want to present yourself as for this whole program. So use all of these pointers, take all of this help, whatever you get from this video, take all the idea and try to write your own study plan, and see if this can help you to make a proper structure for that. So this is all about it. And let me know in the comment sections if you have any more doubts, and if you want any more details regarding the statement of purpose or study plan, and I will be all ears and ready with all my answers. So this was it, guys, for this video. Let me know if you want any more videos about any relevant topics, and I'll see if I can make them. So that is it for today. Thank you for watching my video. Bye bye.